everybody, it's me, Rachel. In today's video, I am going to be ranking my Tarte eyeshadow palettes. I did this with Urban Decay. I've seen other people do it with like Too Faced, but I haven't seen much people do it with Tarte. And the people that I did see, the first video that I watched, I will link it down below. I should probably look up that person because I just watched a video from her today. Her name is Anna, and she's real cute, real nice. I liked her video. I think she did it about a year ago, but it's like one of the few videos that I saw. I think my search only saw maybe like 3 or 4 other people do this, so. But I have said in the past several times that I absolutely love Tarte. It's one of my most favoriteest brands. I have so many things from them. So in this video I have some face palettes too, because I have a little bit from them as well. And I also have, I really only have 2 things, but I just wanted to include it because it's the same kind of thing. The Tarte kind of offshoot or whatever, Sugar Rush. I don't know if it's like another brand or if it's just like, I don't know. Anyways, brands do that quite a bit. But so the first palette I'm going to talk about is from that Sugar Rush line. I do like this palette. Everything in here I'm going to talk about, I do like it. That's why it's still here. It's not anything I haven't passed on or anything like that. But I would say out of all the palettes that I have from them, this is the least favorite. It's just the packaging is just kind of flimsy. It's not as sturdy. It's the cardboard stuff, and none of the other products I have from them is cardboard. So like they don't do cardboard very often. And the quality of these shadows is not exactly Tarte quality, is what I would say. But it's not bad. It has some variety in here, but you kind of have to build it up and stuff like that. This is probably something that will not be in my collection for much longer. It's just, everything in here is kind of repeatable if you think about it, you know. And so I can kind of think of things in here that I have other things like, but some of them are kind of unique to this palette. Like City Lights is really unique. It's really, really pretty. And I like this shade a lot. And some of them are a little bit different, you know. Selfie is really a good one too that I don't have anywhere else. And so maybe it does have a place, but it's just not something I'm reaching for, and it's just not, it doesn't kind of speak very much Tarte to me. The next one, which is probably, it's actually one of my more favorite ones, is the Tarte Pro Remix, and it's basically just colors, I guess, and it has a lot of glittery shades like over here, and then this is just a lot of variations. There's very little mattes in here. As a matter of fact, there's 3. One is a cream, one is a kind of brown tone, and then one is a black, but I'm not sure because there's kind of flecks in here, but I don't know if that's from other shades. This palette is good. This is actually something that I really enjoy. I have done some looks on it. This color right here is actually talking to me right now. Some of the shades in here are just absolutely gorgeous. Like I love this shade right here. What is it called? Color Explosion. It's just beautiful. This one right here is really nice. I have to look at it. Graphic. And then this one right here is Art Deco. It's really unique as well. And I enjoy this palette quite a bit. I'm not sure if you can still get it. I will leave annotations for things that you can still get right now. The next one is this Big Dream Big palette. And so I did a video on this and it actually went over pretty well. A lot of people were interested in seeing what we had to say about this palette. And since doing that video, it was a while ago, and I've started to think about it, and I feel like I've said this in the past, but I feel like maybe a brand should come out with some single shadows, just like to be like, because I feel like big palettes have been such on the forefront that it would be a little bit of a change. Because like palettes like this, when they get talked about, people actually kind of like them. They're less overwhelming in a sense. You can get a lot of good variety out of this, especially if you're not looking to just be super playful and you just kind of want to look glam, but not have to really put a lot of thought into it. You know, you already know what you're doing. But I really do love this palette. It has actually, I mean, you can pretty much already see what you're going to do when you pick this up and what you're going to use. And it has nothing that's too overwhelming for shades, if I do say so. These two shades right here are actually really pretty. They're very complementary. You can blend them together and they look really nice. This one right here has a little bit of, I wouldn't say glitter, it just has some flecks in it that's really pretty. And then this is a matte brown. And then these ones are good all over lid shades. So this one is the Big Dream Big palette. I'm not really sure why I keep getting that mixed up. And I really do like this palette. Once again, if it is still available, I will leave a little annotation. So this is the Tarte, the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3, and then Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2. But I feel like I had one, but I cannot find it. And if I ever did or not, but I mean, it is what it is. I just feel like I did. I don't know. But anyways, this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2. And this one, I have not used this one very much. It's actually super pretty, and I really, really like these rounded palettes. Once again, because they're like small, compact, and you do get quite a bit of shades in here. But the one problem with these is they're all like satiny. So they're not like, there's no real mattes in here, but you can kind of get away with that in the crease. More satin than shimmer. So I kind of want to set this aside to pull this out and use it, but just because I haven't used this particular palette very much. But I do love the Rainforest of the Sea formula. It's really, really nice and buttery and soft. So I think that this one is a really pretty palette. And this is what the front looks like. Real party. And then this is the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2. Oh, 3. So this one is basically like seashell colors. So it could be a really good complementary palette, or if you really just kind of like my mom would love this eyeshadow palette because it would just, she could use every shadow in here and be just fine. She doesn't like a lot of darkness. She just uses a lot of the seashell champagne colors, but I really like it too. So I think that this one is really pretty. It's a good complementary palette. You can really pair it up really good with another palette. In the last video I did, it could be really good with the Ultimate Basics from Urban Decay, because that one's all mattes and this one is shimmer, and they would just be really good complementary palettes. But I actually have on this shade right here on the inner half of my lid. And the next palette that I'm going to talk about is the rest is on my lid. So this is the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. And then the next palette I actually have on my eyes today, and this is the Tartelette Toasted palette. And this one, we've all seen it. It's gorgeous, and if you like those warm tones, I think it's really, really pretty. It has quite a bit of mattes in this palette. This shade right here is really, really pretty. It's like a brown with some gold flecks in it. Those shades always seem to be, I always like those shades. And this one right here is a satin. This is a matte. This one is actually really pretty. It's one of those shades that kind of looks a little bit different on the lid, and it's really, I don't know, it can be really, it's a versatile shade because it can go with any shade in here, or it can be really good, like a real bright summery eye with just that shade alone, and a little bit of shimmer on the inner corner. But that is the Tartelette Toasted palette. Doesn't it look pretty? And then this one right here is Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust. And this is the front of this palette. Look at how gorgeous this is. I'm surprised that more people are not talking about this because it's so pretty. But this is the inside of it. It's kind of hammered and I do not know why. But I did talk about this a lot a while back in some other videos. And it's so pretty, and it's just like right up my alley because I love rosy pink kind of tones. It's so pretty. And this is a really nice, it can be a good cheek highlighter as well. And there is 6 different matte shades in here. So that is a really nice palette, and I really love that. I'm going to swatch, actually it's kind of, I'm going to swatch this shade. It's called Flirter. It's a real pretty pink shade. This is kind of one I want to kind of pull out again too, because I like it. I like it a lot. So that is Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust palette. As you can see, I kind of like doing these videos because it's really making me kind of notice what I have to play with, and it's kind of inspiring me a little bit. So the next palette I have in the lineup, this is in the top 3 coming up. This is the Tarte Pro. Forewarn you, mine is a little bit hammered. It's kind of had some earthquakes, I guess. And this is that palette. It's so gorgeous. It's beautifully, all of these square pans are matte, and then these ones are all shimmers, which is so perfect. It's just, you can really get a lot of use out of this if you're looking for that matte kind of tone. I believe this is still available because it's kind of one of their staple products, but it's so pretty because I love the kind of grayish tones that they have in here, the grayish purple plum tones that they have. And I've said in the past, I don't feel like we see a lot of gray eyeshadow, and that can actually be a really good, gray eyeshadow can be a really good darkening shade. You can kind of use it in the same line as a dark brown or a black, but it won't be as stark as a black. So that is something that's nice because it has this one does have a good black in here and a good brown, but then it has the grays too. So you can really get several different looks out of this. If you would be interested, I can do a couple, with any of these palettes that you see, I could do like a 5 looks, 1 palette. Maybe not some of the smaller ones because that would be, might get a little bit repetitive, but some of the bigger ones definitely. If you want to see that, please comment which one you would like to see and I can get that done. Especially if you already have those and you're kind of like losing interest, maybe we can touch with that. This one is something I got in a BoxyCharm, and this one is called Clay Play Face Shaping Palette. And I'm so glad that I did because I just think it's gorgeous. It's real pretty, and it is actually a good travel palette. So you could definitely pair the it could be paired really well with the Rainforest of the Sea palette that has all the shimmers, because this one is literally all mattes. Every single shade in here is a matte, and then there's like all the contours and such. But I mean, you could definitely get some glam looks out of this. And this is actually one of the ones I like a lot because of that versatility, and I like to complement palettes together. I always will, it's very rare that I will use a palette all by itself. I always tend to put palettes together, you know, kind of make the best friends on my face. So that is the second one. And so my number 1 palette that I love from Tarte is the Young, Wild, and Cruelty-Free, but it's also called the Unleashed palette. Here is the front of it. It's so pretty, and I just love it because I feel like it kind of brings all of the palettes that I've been talking about into one, and it's really pretty because it has these pink shades that I really like, these pretty blues. There's always kind of a stapley blue and green in here, just like Too Faced does that staple pink. Tarte does that staple blue. And then these beautiful oranges and golds and reds. browns. There is, let's count the mattes because that's what we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mattes in here. A couple satins, and then there's some shimmers. I absolutely love this palette. It's so pretty. Definitely can do a 5 looks 1 palette on this, and I probably will just do it anyways. So I absolutely love this palette. And if it's not available or anything like that, I probably won't do a 5 looks, but if you still want that, please let me know. Okay, so that is my number 1 Tarte palette, and then I'm going to go and talk about the 3 face palettes that I have. And they're not revolutionary, but the one I kind of like, I think I got it in one of those like bags, you know, those bundles that they do where you can get a bunch of products for like $60 or something, something like that. It's like this purse wallet clutch, and then there's blush and like highlighter and bronze and contour in here. And it's just like, the concept itself is really cute, yay, but like, where am I going to put this? Like, I just don't know if I want to use a whole Z palette up for this, and I tend to not reach for this. But the fact of the matter is that it's good products, and they're not even that old. It's like, kind of doesn't like make any sense to me, but like, and in reality, clutches, to me, I don't want to carry a clutch. No. If I'm going anywhere that I don't want to have a purse or anything, I will bring a little tiny like thing, like, and then just have my phone and to make sure I have pockets. I don't know. I'm not gonna, or like a crossbody bag, but any other times I just leave everything in my car. Except for my phone, because I feel like your phone is like everything. I don't want to be without my phone. What if I have to call 911? So, to reiterate, the reason I bought this is because I always wanted to try the Rainforest of the Sea blushes, and this had all of the things in it that I wanted to try. So, not necessarily like the shades, but like formula-wise. So, with that, I like it, but I just gotta like find a way to like repackage or repurpose something like that. Maybe like go to Shop Miss A, because they have they have good magnetic palettes that are really inexpensive. So the next one that I'm going to talk about is this Fresh and Sugar Rush. It's gorgeous, but the thing about it is that it is kind of a lot. Like, let me make sure I have some clean fingers, some phalanges. It's really, really soft powders, so you pick up a lot, and I'm not even pushing that hard, but look. Like, it's just, they're really, really pretty, but like, oh my goodness, they are so much. You can, a little bit of these goes a long way. Like, these are so soft that you can like push into them, you know, like cushiony. And they're not even like that different variation of shades, because some are also shimmery. There's like a pink, a gold, and like a white. But I just really, I like this because, like, my heart has a special place for Tarte, but, they're not, like, my favorite highlighters because, like, you kind of have to be really careful with them. Alright, so the next one I have is the Park Avenue Princess, Chisel palette, and I just love this because it just makes me feel like super like glamorous and like bougie. I think it's gorgeous and I absolutely love it. So these two are actually not highlighters, they're actually like setting powders, and then there's the rest is contours. Now I can probably get away with using these three, this one sparingly and then so on, but this one is a little bit much. I could probably use it for like a contour or set, for not a contour but maybe like eyeshadow, but it is a bit much for contour. But I absolutely love this palette. It just is so gorgeous. Like, I feel like if you were like at an event and you like put this out, people would be like, you fancy. Maybe that's how I would feel. But I think it's really pretty. So that is the Park Avenue Princess Chisel palette. And then the next one I have, which I really like this one because it's probably my most favorite highlighter palette, because it's so, it's small. And this is the, I should probably read these things, Skin Twinkle, lighting, basically this one is champagne gold, matte sand, and rosy pearl, but it is like a Rainforest of the Sea highlighter palette. And I just really like these because contrary to the other highlighter palette, this one, you don't have to use it so sparingly. Like, it's not going to be a 5-minute blend. You can put a little bit on your brush and just kind of work with that. The other one you basically put 2 brush hairs in and you have a whole streak of sunlight on your face. So this one I just think is really pretty. I love it so much. It's kind of one of those ones I would travel with because you get 3 highlighters, they're real pretty, and you don't have to bring a whole crap ton with. So you can definitely mix these 2 together and they would be bestest friends. So that's going to wrap up my Tarte palette extravaganza. So if you guys have any, I don't really know, maybe I can do like Juvia's Place or something, because I do have quite a bit from them. Maybe it's not like that much, maybe like 8, I don't know, but maybe I could do that. And if there's any video suggestions you would like to see, go ahead and leave them down below. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Have a good one. Bye.